Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by Apex Irons from Callaway.
And hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Mark Rolfing on a day when players wore red and black across the sport of golf in support of Tiger Woods. It was 24-year-old Collin Morikawa who channeled the very best of Tiger the player with an airtight 369 to win the WGC-Workday Championship at the Concession by 3. It was relatively easy. He averaged almost 7 birdies per round in winning his first ever world golf title to go with the major championship he picked up in San Francisco last year. Collin Morikawa now with Todd Lewis.
Collin Morikawa started this day with a 2-shot lead. You end with a 3-shot victory. From a strategy perspective, from a mental perspective, what did you bring to the golf course today?
Same game plan I've had the past 3 days. I knew guys were going to be making birdies. I knew especially that front 9 guys have taken it low, and that's what guys did. You know, holes 1 through 13, there's a lot of birdies out there, and then you really got to grind and hit some good shots. But after I made par on 13, that was a little unfortunate 3-putt or whatever it was from the fringe. I knew where my lead stood. I knew I had to just hit quality shots and make someone really chase me if they wanted to come and win the tournament.
Your ball striking is phenomenal, but you got a little help from some veterans, and Mark O'Meara helped you with your putting and the saw grip, and Paul Azinger on this golf course gave you a little tip on the Bermuda here in regards to your chipping. How important were those aspects to your victory here this week?
They're huge, and I've never really been one to just go out of my way and ask questions. I like to just watch, and that's how I kind of got onto the saw grip. I saw Mark was putting like that, and a couple days later, I saw him at the course in Vegas at Summit, and he was putting like that. And I just talked to him for about an hour. And he didn't really offer any advice. I was just seeing how he did it and see what makes my stroke feel good. But to have Azinger on here on the 18th green, literally we were here on Monday chipping. It saved so many shots. And it just changed, not just off Bermuda, but just the way I approach chipping. Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't want to take anything away from your PGA Championship. It was obviously a monumental victory, but to win here in the state of Florida on this kind of grass with 48 of the top 50 in the world, how big a building block was it in your progression?
It's huge. And there's so many things from today. Sleeping on an overnight lead with the guys that were behind me, getting off, just playing good golf on a tough golf course. That's all I heard at the beginning of the week. This is a hard golf course. So I knew I just had to be on my game. But to know the field, to win a WGC, it's going to be with me forever.
And final thing, you and I have talked about this, but I'd like for you to share it with the viewers and the fact you grew up in Southern California and you idolized Tiger Woods. He was such an inspiration to you getting to this level. How much does this victory mean to you, knowing that everything that he's gone through this week?
Means a little more. And you saw me getting a little emotional right after I finished, because I've been able to play with him a handful of times, and whether that was the last or not, that's not the point. It's just what he's done for this game. There's no other player like it, really, especially now that for what my age is, Tiger means so much. People get energized when they see the name Tiger. And, he really got me into the game. He's the one that motivated me to keep going, keep getting better, and I still want to get better. Of course, I want to beat him every day, but, for him, that's why. We have to say thank you to him.
Congratulations, you're number 4 in the world. I know you want to be number 1 like Tiger. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, guys.
Quite a combination. Talent and gratitude. Most PGA Tour wins since July of last year. Collin Morikawa now tied with Dustin Johnson, DeChambeau, and Rahm with 2 apiece. I mean, where to start? He's just so impressive on so many levels, even beyond what he does with clubs in hand. What'd you make of a guy who just turned 24 seeking out advice from Azinger and O'Meara, who are in their 60s?
I just think it's fabulous. You take a look at what he's done. He's won 4 of his first 41 starts. I mean, that is pretty amazing. Yeah. A strong percentage there. But he recognized a couple of deficiencies, or potential deficiencies, and one, I think, is with his putting. And to be able to go out and seek out O'Meara, and just make the change that he made. It was a pretty wholesale change for Collin Morikawa, and it reaped instant results. His putting was what kept him in it in this final round, I felt like. He didn't have a great start to the round, but the putting absolutely saved him, and then he made everything. coming down the stretch and hit beautiful iron shots. The other thing is he knew that chipping was going to be important this week, but it was also going to be very different. It wasn't going to be like chipping any other week, not even Augusta National. There's some similarities to the character of play at both places, but the grain here is so tough, and who better than Azinger?
That speaks to Collin's intelligence. This is a kid who grew up in California, went to Cal Berkeley, right? So he won his major out in San Francisco. That's bumpy Poa, right? And he come to Florida, to Bermuda. You prepare if you're smart, like Collin Morikawa. Another good story on the LPGA Tour today, and Nelly Korda, following in the footsteps of her older sister Jessica, who won the last LPGA Tour start. That just happened as well, to be in Orlando. That was about a month ago. And today, Nelly, 3 birdies in her first 6 holes, then 12 straight pars to finish, and puts a lid on career victory number 4 at the Gainbridge in Central Florida. And here now, Nelly Korda with Amy Rogers.
Nelly Korda, congratulations, now a 4-time winner on the LPGA Tour with your win at the Gainbridge LPGA. How does it feel to get your first victory on American soil with your friends and family?
Feels amazing, honestly. I've always really wanted to win in front of my parents. I was really close at ANA, but it's an amazing feeling, and I'm so happy to do it in Florida.
You always seem so calm and composed on the golf course. Can you describe how you were feeling internally today over this final round?
Very stressed, honestly. I'm super thankful for my caddy, Jason. He kept me calm, and he was like, if you need to vent to me, vent to me. If you need to kill someone, kill me. So he was an amazing teammate, and I owe a lot to him.
With your victory here, you and your sister have now won the first 2 events of the season, joining the Sorenstam's as the last to win in back-to-back weeks in 2000. How much was that win a motivator by your sister at that first event of the year?
For sure. I mean, I played really well that final day. I knew that there was no way that I could catch up to them, but it definitely motivated me. It's a healthy competitiveness, but yeah, I definitely wanted to, even just to get back to Diamond Resorts. It's an amazing event, and I love playing with all the guys out there, so I was definitely motivated this year.
Not much time to rest with another event on the schedule next week. What are your plans now?
I'm just going to rest, do some laundry, put my feet up, and that's it.
Congratulations. Great playing this week.
Thank you.
She earned a little time off. All right, this is really a good development for American women's golf, right? And with the 2 sisters, and you heard Nelly said it's a healthy, competitive rivalry.
I love having rivalries in golf. They are not easy to come by.
You're right.
It's not like the NFL or Major League Baseball or the NBA. You don't have a hometown team, you know, rivalry kind of thing going on. And some of the top players, even if you look at the men's game, is really hard to root against. Who's going to root against Rory McIlroy if you're trying to get a rivalry going with Rory?
Right.
But boy, sisters, you get a couple of sisters going at it for a long time here. Nelly now has won for the first time on American soil. That is huge. And I can see those 2 going head-to-head for a long time. And I think it will create just even more interest for the LPGA and golf in general to have a rivalry like that.
I agree. And another ongoing story is Lydia Ko, who finished second, tied with Lexi Thompson. She's trying to win for the first time since 2018, so we'll keep following that. The focus of the golf world remains in Central Florida this coming week. The LPGA playing in beautiful Florida horse country in Ocala with a drive-on championship. And then the PGA Tour is at the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill. Jordan Spieth making his Bay Hill debut. Rory McIlroy, Patrick Reed, Bryson DeChambeau, and the defending champ is Tyrrell Hatton. Going to be fun.